My name is Lillie Howard. I'm here to talk with you about the joys of raising your own vegetables. I love my little farm. I have been so successful with it that the Southern University Ag Center asked me to share my story with you. I started devoting almost an acre to farming about 8 years ago, when I realized that there was a decline in the bee population and in the quality of fresh produce like tomatoes, corn, green beans, etc. Without the bees for pollination, there is no vegetable garden. I always try to include flowers and vegetables that attract bees, such as cucumbers and squash, peas and beans. And when these crops are not blooming, I use sunflowers, salvia, and different herbs like basils. I grew up on a farm. Then in my years at college and my early work career, I was separated from it. So it was like a new experience and learning it all over again and learning new techniques that allow you to be successful. Nowadays, I work smarter and not harder. I use weed block and drip irrigation in the process. The weed block not only blocks out and stops some of the weed, but it makes more nutrients available to your fruits. I do most of the work myself, but at times I require some outside help to do heavy lifting or plowing that's physically too hard for me. In the fall, I still row crop, so I have the ground turned in and I cover it up with weed block. In the spring, I uncover whatever rows I'm gonna plant at that particular time, and I do like 3 rows at a time. And that doesn't work me too hard. It allows the vegetation to come off in rotation so that I don't have a whole lot to harvest at one time. I don't have a whole lot to weed at one time. Throughout the year, I do more than just the conventional peas and greens and beans and tomatoes. I also do hibiscus. Hibiscus's root is one of the things that is good for high blood pressure and diabetes. It gives me a drink instead of a carbonated drink. It gives me the leaves that I can harvest and eat during the summertime when I don't have the regular collard and mustard greens available. I also grow members of the gourd family that you can eat as squash when it's too hot for your regular squash. I grow herbs and teas that are good, preventive maintenance to cold and sinus problems. Insect pressures are a part of gardening. I have several roosters that actually live in this enclosed garden that eat caterpillars and bugs. Living this lifestyle is holistic. Children learn where they fit into the universe and how it works. It keeps them grounded. You develop discipline, and if children plant it, they will eat it. And they're not as finicky about vegetables when they actually grow them. We start them out as toddlers. My grandson picked his first strawberry when he was like 1.5 years old. He picked it straight off the bush and he ate it. You have to start early so that they understand the process and they grow with it being a part of them and not something that they have to learn later on. I'm a dialysis nurse, and I see poor eating habits and inactivity affect people in a negative way on a daily basis. I see them suffer with diabetes, poor health problems. It's said that 75% of renal disease is preventable because of diabetes and high blood pressure. Living this lifestyle where I eat natural food, healthy food, keeps my cholesterol low. It keeps me active so that I'm not bothered by arthritic conditions, and it protects my kidneys. Health is important to me because you have to remain healthy in order just to live and enjoy life.
For more information about our programs at Southern, visit www.suagcenter.com.